feet.
Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. The search is on for the next generation of esports players. Sasa inyo na ang Unity League Philippines Mobile Legends Bang Bang Tournament dito lamang sa PTV. For its initial salvo, sasalain natin ang mga amateur players sa Northern Luzon, where the top 8 teams will qualify for the regional leg to be held in Ilocos Norte. From there, the top 2 teams of each leg ay magbabakbakan sa national finals, where the champion team will take home a cool 2 million pesos as grand prize. Bukod sa Northern Luzon, masasaksihan natin ang mga laro sa ating Southern Luzon Leg, Visayas Leg, Mindanao Leg at sa National Capital Region, NCR. The stage is set. All troops are ready for battle. Let's begin your Unity League Philippines.
The ultimate test para makita kung sino nga ba ang pinakamalakas na kupunan hindi lang sa Luzon, sa Visayas, kundi pati na rin sa Mindanao. Ito ang Unity League and my name is Hans Galeria. Together with me is Kimberly Mas para ihatid sa inyo ang sandamakmak na action that we will be seeing for today at sa mga darating pang mga araw. But in case you guys are wondering, ano nga ba ang Unity League? Well, we have a lot of things to cover with that because the Unity League is actually open to all Filipinos 15 years old pataas, and they will be played in 5 regions. Tama kayo nung narinig. That's in Northern Luzon, Southern Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and last but not the least, dito mismo sa NCR. As the grand finals will already be set later on. Kaya abangan nyo yan. Sumali na kayo kung di pa kayo nakapag-register.
Tama yan, Hans. Actually, it is actually open to all local government units nationwide. So we intend to tap at least 1,000 teams with more than 1,500 municipalities all around the Philippines. So ako, ito yung maganda talaga sa grassroots. So if you guys want to have that chance to fight it out, of course, dito sa ating national stage, then this is the best way to go. Dahil sa Unity League, per pesos official numbers, Filipino gamers around the country have reached more than 40 million. Napakalaking numero nun, no, Hans? Kasala na tayo dyan.
Yes, that is actually a lot of numbers, and we would also like to give major props and appreciation for PTV for being at the forefront of this event. It is also ably backed by IPC 13 as a television partner, the House of Representatives, also with the Philippine Sports Commission, Philippine Esports Organization, and the Presidential Communications Office. Muli, nagpapasalamat po kami in behalf of everybody else who is really looking forward to this grassroots league, to Unity League in general. We are very much excited para makita yung ating mga teams na maglaban-laban later on.
Tama nga yan, no? Sobrang laki ng hype ng Unity League even before this ever started. So, maraming salamat, no, sa pag-tune in pala ngayon. The Unity League is the biggest amateur tournament in the Philippines. At players from all over the regions can participate and get a chance to win 4.1
That's a lot.
million pesos na prize pool. Ang dami mo nang mabibiling skins, ang dami mo nang magagawa doon.
Ang dami ko nang mabibili ng mga bagay na hindi ko naman kailangan pero magpapasaya sa akin.
Tama.
Real. We're gonna figure that out later on. At gaya nga ng nasabi namin ni Kim kanina, it's gonna be played, or the entirety of Unity League is gonna be seen in 5 different regions. Kung hindi pa kayo nakakasali doon sa iba't ibang region na nabanggit natin, well, we can repeat it again. That's Northern and Southern Luzon, that's Visayas and Mindanao, and also NCR. Last but not the least, at gaya ng nabanggit namin kanina, it's gonna be held in Robinson's Place, Ilocos. That's gonna happen very, very soon. Alright? Actually, yung Northern Luzon tournament is already happening as we speak. Right? 50 teams have already registered. and magbabakbakan yan to see the final 8 na pupunta dun mismo.
Ayan, yung Final 8 talaga yung pinaka-exciting part. But each tournament leg will have an online qualifier phase na makikita niya real soon. And for those of you guys who will reach the top 8, they will battle it out on an on-site phase of the tournament, or kumbaga LAN tournament na lahat-lahat ng tao dito,
Yes.
inaabangan talaga yun.
Yes, exactly. Iba kasi yung pakiramdam na nandun ka mismo, kita mo yung kalaban mo eh. Di ba madalas napapanood natin sa mga professional scene, even in like the amateur leagues, na may mga times na nakikita natin na nagkikita sila at naglalaban sila, na kita nila kung nasan yung kalaban nila. Pero ngayon, we're gonna give that experience to the rest of the grassroots teams. Kaya kung kayo dyan, hindi nyo pa na-follow ang ating Unity League, make sure that you will be able to do so. Kasi kung interesado kayo na sumali, the registrations are still or might be open. So make sure to follow the Facebook page of Unity League at www.facebook.com/Unity League Philippines. Don't miss on that out.
Yeah, check it out for more information sa mga susunod natin na mga tournamento dito sa page na to. And at the same time, you know, Hans, yung pinakamaganda talaga dito is grassroots. For
I agree.
quite some time, hindi na natin masyadong nakikita. Pero ngayon, no, napakagandang initiative na naman ito ngayon.
It is.
Na makakabalik tayo sa grassroots.
It is. Kasi doon mo madidiscover or doon mo makikita yung mga manlalaro na sa una siguro iisipin mo, hindi ko naman kilala yung mga yan. Pero it doesn't really matter, or it will matter so much, especially for the professional teams. Kasi malay mo, doon tayo makakita ng susunod na Kyrie, di ba? Doon tayo makakita ng susunod na, I don't even know, maybe Rebo, Kyle Tizzy. There's a lot of people out there that are just waiting for the opportunity. Kaya ang ganda na nabanggit mo. Grassroots really is the name of the game. And in addition, it is also support para sa ating aspiring youth. We are encouraging the youth viewers, if you are 15 years old and above and talagang balagbag ka manlaro ng ML, that's something to watch out for.
Yeah. Alam mo ba, speaking of that, no, as we're saying this right now, no, posible nga, no, nanonood kayo ngayon, mag-register kayo, malay nyo, kayo na yung susunod na kampiyon dito sa ating liga na to. But once again, no, don't forget to follow Unity League Philippines for more information about the tournament.
In just a bit, you'll be seeing Leon Esports kontra sa NRK Cuervo. Magbabalik ang Unity League. Nagbabalik ang Unity League. My name is Hans Galeria, and together with me is Kimberly Mas para ibigay sa inyo ang aksyon that will be happening in Northern Luzon. Kim, ano nga ba yung mga teams na makikita natin for today?
Well, if you guys don't know, this is gonna be the first ever MLBB match na makikita nyo sa Unity League Philippines.
That's right.
And it's going to be Leon Esports versus NRK Cuervo.
Well, they're gonna have to set a standard. At huwag na tayo magpaligoy-ligoy pa. It's time to show the teams.
Definitely sure na hindi sila magdi-disappoint kasi ito
No.
nga yung pinakaunang laban. And ito, Hansa, yung
what's your
pinaka-interesting
command?
dito
Your
is
team is
usually see
banning.
10-man bans, pero ngayon 6-man bans yung makikita natin. I feel like ang daming ma-open dito.
I think so too. Because kung iisipin at kung titignan natin ng mabuti, Fanny, Moskov, tinanggal na nila parehas. So that gives out, you know, a little bit of information. If you are, right, the side or
Magic
kung ikaw
is
tong
my
unang
life.
team
Your
na to,
team is banning.
setting a standard is by trying to remove yung teams that are currently meta. Kasi yun yung mga bagay na ayaw pa talaga mahalaman.
Speaking of the beta, Hans, lahat ng heroes na ban ngayon so far, these are all on top of the ban list sa ating MLBB page. And it's no surprise na ito yung nagiging turnaround natin. Mukhang mga
Let's
gold
make the
laners,
whole
a
world
jungler,
your team
and a
and
support
mine.
yung matatanggal ngayon. So I think pwede sila mag-start out with marksman since paubusan na ngayon.
I agree. That's actually a very good prediction. You know, I feel like you can never go wrong kung pipiliin mo jungle or a marksman in this case, and that is exactly what they're gonna do. Leon Esports, pipili sila ng Nathan dito or Nathan, however you guys wanna call it, but Ako, at paano mo binibigkas yun, Nathan?
Ako Nathan. Kasi
Nathan,
kadalasan sa English na Nathan.
Nathan talaga.
Pwede rin naman Nathan.
Right?
Depende sa inyo kung paano nyo gustong bigkasin. Pero either way, no, it's still the same hero na napakaganda talaga sa Golden ngayon. And I think isa to sa mga pinaka-overlooked even for quite some time na wala siya sa meta. At ngayon, bumabalik. And speaking of the meta, nagpili na rin ngayon yung NRK ng Nolan and Arlott. Wow, sobrang aggressive nitong first week.
Gusto ko yung pili ng NRK ng Nolan dito. Kasi yung Nathan, ang pinakaayaw niyan sa lahat is yung may laban ng early game. Gusto niya muna mag-farm as early, as much as possible. Iwas gulo muna. Diba? Itaboy mo muna lahat ng chaos in your life para once na meron ka ng goal, tsaka ka na pumalag. But Nolan is gonna give him a lot of problems. Also with the Arlott as well. Kaya pumili sila ng Fredrin and ng Novaria, which is a very good, mid to late game hero. Pero parang kukulangin ng kaunti yung Leon Esports in terms of early game damage.
Yeah, well, nagre-rely sila ngayon sa Fredrin. Sa tingin ko maganda yung Matilda dito na combination na pwede talagang makatulong sa dives na gustong gawin ng NRK. They have so many dives. Roger, i-count mo na rin yan. Arlott and sa Nolan. Kahit sa Torre, hindi ka safe.
Yep. And speaking of safety, tinanggal yung Matilda, right? So
napakagaling ko naman.
That's a thing na medyo mahirap talaga if you are the Nathan. Kasi you're not very agile. Meron ka nung ultimate nung Nathan that would just put you in one position to another. Pero kung gusto mo na extra mobility, the Matilda would have helped sana. Pero that's out. Also the Valentina kasi kulang pa nga naman ang mid laner ang side ng NRK.
Yeah. Valentina isa sa mga heroes na hanggang ngayon, 2021 po siya release. And even up until this day, she stays on the ban list. It's all because of the ultimates.
Yes.
Ang daming pwedeng possibility na magawa ng roster or yung lineup nyo with the Valentina kasi kukuha lang siya ng ultimate and pwede ka rin gayahin. So if you have so many good ultimates, if you have the Valentina, ang hirap talagang makakuha ng mga good ultimate heroes.
I agree. Especially with the Lilia pick na kinuha dito ng side ng NRK. Nolan, Arlott, and yung Lilia, tatlong very early game heroes. So yung pressure medyo kailangan na i-control nitong Leon Esports kasi yun yung mararamdaman nila all throughout the early portions ng ating laro. Kung sakali magkaroon sila ng farm, tsaka papalagyan ng Varia and yung Nathan. So it's really gonna help if magkakaroon sila ng pick-off potential with the Kaja and the Edith at the same time para sa kanilang mga final picks.
I like this Edith pick from Leon Esports kasi kailangan talaga nila ng frontline. Nasabi mo nga kanina, meron silang burst pero kulang sila ng frontline and this is the best way to go. I'd say overlooked din usually by the teams. Ang dami niyang set-up potential alongside the Kaja. So yun talaga yung kailangan nila for heroes like Nolan and the Roger. Pero ito ito na yata yung pick nila Hans para sa NRK. Kanilang final pick and it's good to actually block the backlines dito ng Leon.
I like it. Yung power of nature nung Grok kontra dito sa onward ni Edith really isn't gonna pay a lot of dividends. Kasi kung titignan mo na mabuti yung lineup ng Leon, ang tanging way lang nila to get crowd control is yung Kaja and yung Edith. Aside from that, there's not a lot of options. Pero kung titignan mo yung kabila, meron kang wild charge na galing dun sa Arlott. Wild charge na galing dun sa Grok. And you also have the final slash coming in from Victor Pogi here. Just to showcase all of their names, right? For Leon Esports, you have Echo Cutie, Cell, Super Duper Moitu, Akokor, and Gerard Watadams.
Yeah, that's a very interesting Akokor pero mid lane siya ngayon. Let's see kung ano yung magiging turnaround. Looking at the emblems dito na nag-purify na dito si Echo Cutie. Just to cancel out, of course, yung possible final slash as well as the wild charge na makukuha sa Grok.
Meanwhile, for NRK, you have Rio, Carding, Vayne, Victor, Pogi, and Sinai using that Grok na na-mention kanina. Itong si Kim. This is gonna be the first match that we are gonna see para sa Unity League. It's gonna set a standard para sa North Luzon and for the rest of the tournament.
Wow, napakaraming pressure naman yan. And speaking of the pressure, Hans, I think we have to talk about the early game.
Yep.
Sino nga ba yung mas malakas sa early game? I have to go a little bit to NRK, all because of the fact na may Arlott. Sila, Lilia, who's often dubbed as the first blood team. Tapos meron din tayo Roger na alam natin pag talagang naka-farm ito, todong makakabawi talaga sa early.
Exactly. Especially with levels or your skill levels na meron itong kupunan ng Leon Esports, you're gonna have to take note na si Super Duper Mo ito, medyo kailangan pa niya ng kaunting or umabot sa specific level bago pa talaga siya makapag-execute. Whereas, for the side of NRK, you see si Nai putting the pressure on the orange buff right away. So, doon medyo kailangan mag-ingat ng konti nitong side ng Leon Esports for them to not get a lot of casualties in return.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna point out na akala ko sasabihin mo super duper
Oo nga eh.
farm time or super duper time
Oo nga
to
eh.
do what he needs to do. But at the same
that is
time, no? Gold lane, ang daming pressure dito na ginagawa. And at the same time, I do understand. Ito yung safety nila pagdating sa late game.
Yup, so far not a lot of things happening. It's just a minute and 30 na nangyayari dito sa ating laban. But you're gonna have to take note wala na yung flicker nitong si Super Moy 2. Papaikliin ko na lang ng konti kasi baka mamaya pag nag-clash na hindi na natin mabanggit ng buo. But he is on a super discount right now kasi wala yung flicker niya sa darating na pinakaunang turtle ng laban kaya nagkukumpul na sila sa may bandang ibaba.
Super muna kasi unang part pa lang ng ating laro. Mamaya, super duper na siya.
Super na, tama.
Let's keep it at Super Moy 2 ngayon. Tingnan natin, first turtle and we're talking about early game snowball and this is gonna happen with Nolan. At kung binigay mo talaga tong resource na to, it's gonna be really hard, especially since alam natin na turtle, huge XP to be given to the team.
Yup, Victor Pogi still hasn't reached that level 4. Kakarating lang yan. But Nai, as the rest of NRK was able to get their very first turtle, 9 na naman. Gagamit ng wild charge, pero naglatag na naman ng extra juice doon for extra visibility as the Fredren is gonna be able to escape. Nai secures his extra life and mukhang ligtas sila doon. No casualties. Unang turtle punta sa NRK.
Lahat sila, actually, Leon and NRK, parehas silang ligtas doon. At 2 minutes in, this is really new and a milestone, I would say, for Unity League. Kasi unang laban, and at the same time, no, kadalasan nakita mo natin 1 minute is to be a first blood. And speaking of first blood, ito na yung tug dito from Super Moy 2 pero hindi pa rin makakakuha ng pick-off dito yung Leon.
Yup, hindi ka na magkaroon ng backlash kasi si Vayne and Sinai was, you know, a few seconds away.
Yep.
Wala dun sa counter-attack pero si Carding din kasi napagamit na ng kanyang flicker so that would be a little bit of a risk. Still, 0-0 ang ating score as of the moment. Nag-aagamitan na rin ng retry even in the Little Wanderer. That's how you know na itong early game ay sobrang importante talaga para sa kanila. Meanwhile, first blood is gonna happen. Super Duper Moito is out for a few seconds. Unang kill para dito kay Vayne.
Yeah, he was looking for a divine judgment but unfortunately, no, napakarami. And Nolan already got that blade of Heptus. So, understandable yung burst set at saka naka-little ignition pa siya. So talagang todong-todo makaka-burst once you reach that level. Well, actually, level 7 na pala siya ngayon. Napakalaking agwat. Well, not really. Kaka-level 6 lang ni Jared. But let's see.
Yup, pero yung isang level kasi na gap in terms of jungle or in terms of being a jungler makes a huge difference. Right? Kasi ibig sabihin, mas marami ka na securing objectives, mas marami ka nakuha na extra gold. And that first kill, that first blood gives out that extra gold at the same time. So, yun yung pwede niyang gamitin, especially with the Nolan being an early to mid-game hero. Mas lalo magiging aggressive yan kasi alam niya may item siya gaya ng Blade of Heptasis na nasabi mo nga kanina.
And speaking of the late game, no, yung Nathan talaga magiging problema. So, yung mga compositions na ganito, kailangan nyo talaga maging aggressive sa early game. And even here, Selly, bottom side, hindi na rin makakatakas ng kay Victor Pog. But here comes the backup. Low na din si Ninay. Forced to flicker out at muntikan pa nga sa Novaria.
Kamuntikan, but Nai, the Grok is gonna stay alive. 2-0. Mula dito sa kupunan ng NRK. Leon, gusto sana pumalagi sa 3-on-3 situation. Who's gonna be able to take the turtle? Yes, it is going to the side of NRK still. Pero papalag pa sila ngayon.
Uy, low na ngayon si Gerard. And it's gonna be Vayne picking up the kill. There's another one, not a triple. Pero si Rio ang makakakuha. 4-0 ngayon in favor of NRK. And they're really utilizing this composition to its fullest potential.
Parang ang hirap nung naging sitwasyon ng Leon doon kasi they were in a position to be able to like get or contest at least para doon sa turtle. Pero nagdadalawang isip sila eh. Nakita nila na kalahati na lang yung buhay ng iba sa mga heroes ng NRK. Nakita na nila na kalahati na lang yung buhay ng turtle. Pero ngayon di sila magpapaligoy-ligoy pa. Echo Cutie is gonna go out at the same time. 5-0. It's NRK domination.
Grabe yung coordination dito ng NRK, no? Conceal play. Then you got that wild charge, making sure that the Nathan is down as early as now. At yun din talaga kailangan nila, no? Pagdating sa late game, napakabilis nito mag-push, napakabilis rin talagang maka-take down, especially in terms of the clashes. But now, so far, 5-0. 17K para sa side ng NRK and 2K lead up against Leon.
Yeah, and just like what I told you a while ago, Kim, yan ang bangungot ng Nathan. You don't want to create those problems, but a sorry miss galing dito kay Selly. He sold that bag. At mukhang lalayo siya dito kasi nagamit niya na rin yung flicker niya. So there's no further engagement whatsoever. Lipat naman ngayon tayo dito sa bandang itaas kasi andun yung focus fire ng karamihan sa NRK. Pero super duper Moitu is gonna be super duper dead as of that moment. Pero si Vayne tatakas using the extra dash. Echo Cutie tries to stay alive.
Wow.
Pero hindi na yata mangyayari yun. He goes down once again. The rest of the members are still alive at papasag pa sila ng Torres sa bandang itaas.
Ang daming nako-convert ngayon ng NRK, no? And this is exactly what they need to do. Nakakakuha sila ng kills, kailangan din nila makabawi sa turret takes. And now, so far, there's the gold lane. Dalawa na yung deaths ni Echo Cutie. Up against a Roger na talaga kung well-farmed ito, this is gonna dominate the lane. Last turtle of the game, one of the last few. At so far, binibigay ng Leon Esports. Do you think they should contest this one?
I don't think so. Because honestly, yung late game insurance nila is starting to get a little later. Kasi mabilis nakakakuha ng early game engagements ang kupunan ng NRK and they're getting everything that they want. Kills, check. Turtles, check. Even the turrets, nakukuha na nila paunti-unti. So there is the swap na nangyayari between the EXP and the gold laner para kahit paano mas may konting insurance itong si Echo Cutie. But wild charge!
Ayan na yung wild charge. Super Boy 2 makakatakas but not for the bombs of Rio. Mapipick off pa rin siya. 8-0 para sa side ng NRK and almost a perfect game for them so far. I have to add that.
Ang linis ng execution, malinis din. As in, walang kahit anumang, walang kagalos-galos. Yung iba sa mga members, Nai had close calls, pero mukhang hindi naman, oh no.
Cutie.
Oh no, Kim.
This is trouble. They got a super minion there. Astralica for the back and just like that, na-burst down ni Vayne ulit. 4-0-1 on the Nola. This is something you wouldn't want to see and hindi pa rin talaga nakakabawi with a shutdown dito yung side ng Leon.
Just like I said, NRK, early game ang kanilang kalakasan and they're asserting their dominance right here in this matchup. 9-0 in 8 minutes of play. I was about to say na kada minuto meron silang isang kill pero parang
Actually,
sumobra pa nga. Diba? At this point. So Nai is really gonna be tanking that Razor's Draft like a champ. Meanwhile, yung Ibon, tatanggalan natin ang pakpak. There's gonna be the extra knockups as well as Selly. Bumaba na naman.
Okay, Astral Echo from the back just to make them back away for NRX. Nakakuha sila ng isa. At kung mapapansin mo yung KDA ngayon ni Super Duper Moitu, 0-5-0 na siya.
Yeah.
Hindi siya pinapasetup ng NRT.
Yeah, medyo may nahihirapan din siya to actually execute. But look at the flickers being utilized ni Victor Pogi and Karting. Anong tipid-tipid? Hindi
Wala
na tayo
na.
magtitipid. Kailangan ibato na natin lahat ng skills natin sa kanila. That is how aware they are that they are in the lead.
Yeah, actually, papunta ng 10K lead. Medyo mahirap na talaga to. They really need to shut down Vayne at this point. Pero yun nga, no, hindi pa sila masyadong naka-farm 3 deaths already for their gold lane. Not unless makakakuha talaga ng magandang setup din si Selly or si Super Duper Moitu. But at this point, kalahati na yung Lord Hands. I think it's gonna go to the side of NRK. Sobrang hirap na i-contest.
Yeah. Nai, andyan lang siya. Acting as the NRK security guard, making sure na walang makakalasot under his watch. Especially when you take a look at the items, at least 3 core items have already been built by Vayne with the extra Hunter Strike and yung Endless Battle. Tapos isama mo pa si Karting na halos hindi rin nagalusan. Karamihan nga sa mga matches or even si Victor Pogi, lagi natin siya nakikita sa highlights or nakasama sa mga clashes pero 3 assists lang siya out of 10.
Oo nga, no? Yung final slash, nakadalasan kasi si Nay eh.
Yeah.
Si Nay talaga yung nagsiset-up dito. Usually siya yung nag-clear out ng lanes,
That's
yung mga
right.
side lanes. Kailangan muna magtrabaho on the sides. They really need to do that ngayon. May Lord na nag-march sa top side for the side of NRK. And ngayon, they want to push in at least the second tier na makuha nila ngayon with this first Lord.
10 minutes in, domination is being felt. 10K din ang kalamangan nila in terms of gold. At yung NRK kinukuha, inuubusan ng pagkain ang mga leon. Ang Leon
Actually,
Esports,
no?
they're starving in their own jungle at nandun naman yung hila.
Ayan, starving nga, no? Definitely, they need to pick off one. Not the one they wanted, pero si Rio nga yung nahuli nila doon, no? Wala, hindi niya mapipindot yung black shoes and that's gonna be the first kill for the side of Leon Esports. But that's not enough because they're pushing in dito for the side of NRK. Hindi pa pala na-burst down yung Lord.
Well, if you're Leon, at least you'll take everything that you can get. Pataray! Ako, Core. Sabi nung Core sa kabila, sige, ako nang bahala sa'yo. And that's gonna be a takedown na nagmula na naman sa side ng NRK Cuervo. Ako, Core, that's gonna be the first death. Pero at least nakakuha sila ng unang kill. At least, buhay pa lahat ng inhibitors. But the elephant in the room is the 10K gold lead na hawak ng NRK.
Yep, shutdowns on at least the gold lane and the jungler here para sa side ng NRK. Pero at this point, no, may concealed play na nagaganap dito. Super duper more to. Nagahanap siya ng target ngayon. Carding
no.
on a run. Hindi pa siya nag-like and pounce ngayon. Pero mukhang si Rio yata yung target dito. Meron mang divine judgment. Matatag nga siya dito. Hindi makukuha yung black shoes. But there, pops it in the right moment. Flickers out. And si Super Duper Doy 2 ang napunish ngayon.
Pero si Selly, napapalibutan ng marami.
Carding?
Oh dear, onward gagamitin. But that's gonna be the last roar. Dalawang heroes ang wala para dito sa kupunan ng Leon Esports. It's just Gerard, Core, and Echo. Anong gagawin nila kontra sa lima ng NRK Cuervo? Makapalaban na yata sila dito. Trying to
Final
cover the
slash?
town, pero final slash na naman. At mukhang wala na yata siyang puputahan pa. Hindi na mapapop off yung Appraiser's Wrath. That would have been massive and crucial. Pero sabi ng NRK, we're massive in our own right.
Wow, 12 minutes in, ganito na yung nangyayari. And ngayon, dalawa na yung kailangan nilang intindihin. And if you're checking the gold lead right now, 9,400, not far behind from the gold lane dito ng side ng NRK. But as for the Nathan here, Echo Cutie needs some catching up to do. 8,000 pa lang ang kanyang gold. Pero isipin mo, Hansa, as long as the time is ticking here, advantage din yun para sa side ng Leon. They still have a chance to bite back with the Nathan.
Exactly. If you are Echo, all you need is to hold. Kailangan mo lang kumapit. Kahit anong mangyari, dapat matira kang buhay.
Oo.
Di ba? Meron kang, you already have your items at some point. You have the Starlium sight, you have the Wind of Nature for extra defensive purposes. But the problem is, si Vayne, si Carding, those two guys, hindi pa sila nawawala sa match na to.
Actually, no, yung Divine Judgment, yung nahuhuli lang dito, usually most of the time is Rio. Nay, even tanks it up. Kaya nga, hindi maka-Divine Judgment dito si Super Duper Boy 2. Usually, he just tugs in the best person that he can get. At kung naunahan ka, ikaw talaga yung unang mag-burst down. But here comes the concealed play from the side of Nay. And RK looking for a target, pero siya yung mahuhuli dito. Low na siya ngayon at matatagin pa nga. But he does have the immortality here. Lord knocking in the base. Walang cult art. Pero ito yung sasabi natin, Echo Fury. Still trying to get the kills here, pero mapapunish ni Vayne. Lord is still up at mababurst down successfully ng side ng Leon. They took down one inhibitor turret.
Alright, this is what we're talking about right now. Diba? Latag, si Victor Bogi, and si Nai, nawala sila. That's a 2-for-1 trade. So I honestly think that Leon Esports will take that any time of the day. Hanggat makakakuha tayo ng extra kills para ibigay natin dito kay Echo Cutie, that would have been the most ideal. Kaso, siya rin yung nawala sa pagkakataon na yun, pero may hila na naman. Courtesy of Super Duper Moy 2 at siya ang matutuluyan sa pagkakataon na yon. That is Rio going out for the second time around para sa NRK.
I like the confidence ni Rio though. Nakita mo yan, mag-isa lang siya dun sa bottom lane. And she's like, oh, it's fine kasi may black shoes naman ako. Kaso lang kung na-Divine Judgment ka kasi, hindi mo mapipindot yung black shoes. Not unless you have the flicker.
So at this point in time, if you are the side of Leon, you're doing a significant job in trying to maintain your chance of winning this game. But speaking of which, si Vayne, malalatagan na Astral Echo dito. Wild charge kontra sa tatlo. Ando na si Carding. Gumugusto na naman at kumakalaban ng isa. That's gonna be Selly going out. Super Duper Moy to lumilipad pero hahabulin siya ng Lobo. Na ngayon ay talagang gusto na kumuha ng extra damage output and
Ay,
naku, core naman
na.
will go down. Echo Cutie, siya na rin na masusunod pa. And this is going to be Gerard
Oh, no.
falling as well. A triple kill for Carding. A wipeout para sa Leon, and it's NRK getting game 1 in this
Wow.
best of 3.
Just like that, Hans, isang clash lang ang makakabago or ang makakakuha talaga ng victory para sa side ng NRK. They were in a huge lead, but at the same time, no, kung ganun talaga yung sitwasyon, isang wipeout lang yan, diretso na sa base. And let's take a look at the stats here, Hans, and it's very evident. Alam na natin kung sino yung MVP. Siya yung nagdala ng game natin from early up until mid-game, picking off yung mga damage dealers dito
I
sa side ng Leon. Kaya naman ito yung naging resulta.
Yep, it's a 15-minute ball game kung tutuusin, and the story really is the story. Mula pa lang sa draft, doon natin nakita, 'di ba, na yung Nathan and Novaria, they are very ideal heroes, pero kailangan mo kasi nung ibang mga ingredients. I'm talking about early game for a very well-rounded lineup, right? Kaja, okay, pero kailangan niya pa kasing umabot ng level 4, and especially going up against Lilia as well.
Yeah.
That's not the most ideal way to go.
Yeah, mapaburst down ka even before you even get near your target. At kung mapapansin mo rin pala yung items dito ni Super Duper Moy 2, hindi pa nga siya nakabuild ng Radiant Armor. He's just trying to counter out yung mga Nolan, Arlot, and even Carding here. But, you know, time was ticking for their side, and this was the case. You know, may chances na nakita natin si Echo QD actually picking off the kills, but it is what it is here. 24 here for our final score sa ating una na laban.
That is actually crucial and intense na nanggaling din sa kanilang kupunan. We'll be back for Game 2 of the action. Nagbabalik ang Unity League Philippines. My name is Hans Galeria, and together with me is Kimberly Mas, still bringing you the action between Leon Esports and NRK Cuervo. Kanina ay nakita natin ang dominating fashion ng NRK. The question is, will Leon back it up and force the game number 3? Malalaman natin yan. Let's get the show on the road, shall we?
Is banning.
Alright, this is gonna be a BO3 at kung hindi pa kayo updated, it's a 1-0. At ano nga ba yung BO3 for everybody who's watching? Kung hindi nyo alam, no, yung BO3, kailangan manalo ng isang team twice or 2 series, 2 games ang kailangan nila maipanalo para makuha yung serye na to. And speaking of, no, NRK naman dito ngayon ang nasa blue side and Leon on the red side. So may first pick ngayon yung NRK, they ban away the Moscow here. Sa tingin mo, ibaban ba yung Nolan ngayon?
I feel like that's the case also.
Sir,
I feel like that's the
what's your
case. The
command?
Fanny
Hindi
is
pa rin
still a
talaga
ban.
mawawala.
Alam mo yung interesting point dito sa akin. Baka nagkakamali ako kung iniisip ko na hindi sila magkakilala. Why?
Let's make
specific, no?
Moscow is banned. Yeah,
Is
Fanny is
specific.
banned. Parang kung hindi mo kilala si Vayne, i-open mo yung Fanny. Pero since kilala ng Leon itong si Vayne, they wouldn't bring the Fanny out. The Florin is there once again. So I feel like nagtatanggalan sila ng mga alam nilang lason dun sa kabila.
Ay, speaking
Ay,
of,
eto na, yeah.
Eto na, sasabihin ko pa lang, no, ibaban ba or i-open? Kasi first pick nga yung NRK, and without a doubt, no, I feel like they're gonna get it kung na-open yon. Ngayon, speaking of maraming open, you wanna go for the chip first. Sometimes yung mga ibang teams, gusto nila yung sobrang tanky na agad. Even though na-nerf yung mga tank items, Minotaur could be a first pick here, Nathan. But, I forgot about this. Ito pala yung ban nung unang game, Harriet.
Pero ngayon, pinakawala na. The dashing boy. For some reason, Chrono Dash, Zaman Force, inaalala ko lahat ng skills niya kasi ngayon kailangan natin siyang bigkasin maya-maya lang. Because especially if it's Carding that's holding that hero, really is gonna show out. Arlot naman ngayon ang aagawin ng Leon Esports na ginamit sa kanila kanina. Itong si Victor Pogi, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Actually, pwede rin nga ito maging Rome. Bren Esports, AP Bren was one of the first few teams who actually prioritized the Arlot. Sobrang favorite nila yun. Ang ganda talaga initial setup. Sobrang bilis. Pero they also need a tanky frontline. Kanina was a Fredwin. But wow, this is interesting Barats, kadalasan sa jungle natin to nakikita. Pero may link kasi dito It kind of solidifies the fact na jungle yung Ling at mukhang XP or possible roam itong Barats na to.
Oo nga eh. Hindi nga ako sigurado kasi meron tayo nakikita sa pro scene lately. Of course, Barats jungle. Pero, pwede mong ilagay yan either sa XP or sa mid. There was a time, I remember Kurt TZ, nung nasa Echo pa yata siya, ginamit niya yung Barats na yan in that mid lane position. Tapos sobrang tanky. Ang hirap niyang i-take down. So, I'm honestly curious to see kung saan ba nila ilalagay yan because nothing is final yet. 3 picks pa lang parehas. Echo QT, of course. Nathan ulit ang kanyang pipiliin. Magtatanggal na naman sila ng Matilda. Actually, hindi para sila yung nagtanggal ng Matilda. Ngayon lang, kasi yung NRK yung nagtanggal niya ng game number 1.
Yeah. Dami mobility na mapoprovide. Speaking of the mobility, dyan na naman yung NRK with that kind of lineup. Actually, maganda dito since wala na yung Matilda and it's gonna be 6 bans. Angela. Isipin mo na Angela sa Harit, Angela sa Ling, Angela sa Barat. All of those are good.
Your time.
Angerith, Angerats.
Yeah.
Basta lahat ng
na
pwede. Why not? Na-mention mo nga yung sinasabi mo kanina na mobility. I honestly felt like Leon could have used the Matilda. Kasi nasa kanila yung Nathan. But instead, they're the ones who banned it out. Maybe it's just, sarili nilang timpla, sarili nilang diskarte, and I get that a lot. Pero, ewan ko, parang the Matilda would have been so good in their lineup.
Yeah, I feel like tinanggal nila yun kasi baka gusto nila ng ibang roamer. Like somebody to set up the place. Katulad ng Grok kanina. Yun talaga yung kulang sa kanila. Speaking of setting up the place, no?
Oh my.
Munti ka na nga yung Selena and the Grok. Ayan, I just mentioned it. At sabi nila, kukunin ulit natin na napakaganda ng performance. Ni Nay.
Sabi, si Nay kanina, kala ko kufra na siya eh. Kala ko unleashing the inner Chuck Mamba na eh. Pero hindi. Hindi natin makikita yun. It's not gonna be the same Grok na ginagamit, yung kanyang mga Guardians Barrier at lahat-lahat. Pero ito na, labanan ng settings to.
Yeah.
Okay, kung mag-titigreal ka, labanan ng settings to. Implosion kontra oo nga, ganun pa rin. Labanan pa rin ng settings.
Same banana pa rin. I think Minotaur would be a better choice dito since nagbe-benefit siya from the Flash of the Oasis, no? Pwede niyang i-heal yung kasama niya since napaka-mobile nga nitong lineup dito ng NRK. But looking at this, no, early game na naman yung meron ang NRK. Whereas for Leon, they need that time to scale up, especially sa mid lane nila at ang gold lane nila.
The difference is yung gamit nitong si Carding. Kasi kailangan niya pang lumevel 4 para palag-palag talaga siya hanggang dulo. Kasi without the Summon Force, hindi po talaga ma-execute yung Harith to the fullest of its potential. Which favors itong si Echo QT naman at some point, kasi kung titignan natin na mabuti, medyo lamang siya sa range battle, sa laning stage kontra sa Harith.
But at the same time din, I think magiging factor din kung sino yung unang madadalawan sa lane, I guess, no? And speaking of the junglers, Martis, it's as good as a Nolan when it comes to the early game. At alam natin, no, ito yung mga heroes na pag nag-snowball talaga, tuluyan na yan. And even the link as well dito ni Vayne na kanina, pinabayaan ng Leon and they gave them all the turtles sa laro na yun. Sa tingin ko this time, kailangan talaga nilang solidify na makuha yung mga turtles ngayon sa laban na.
At kung gang and yung dalaw lang yung pag-uusapan natin, yan, lumilipad na right on your screen, right? Itong si Vayne that currently is using the Ling. Nabanggit mo nga kanina that he was using a different hero, but this time it will really boil down dun sa mga extensions, pero nakuha niya pa rin yata yung kanyang purple, pero siya ngayon ang malalatagan. Kanina binabata nyo kami sa early game, ngayon game 2 ipahin nyo kami.
Actually tama lang na ginawa yun ng NRK. They didn't do that. Magiging mahirap yung pagka-objective take nila since kailangan talaga ng blue buff nung Ling, and now with it being taken down, first blood napunta pa sa Martis sa side ng Leon, so it's a good start for them.
Yup, not a very good start naman para sa NRK. Vayne, the pressure is being felt as in dinadalawan siya nung baka tsaka nung Vexana na may EG Boy eh. For context, EG Boy kasi Eternal Guardian, di ba? So EG. Kaya EG Boy.
Gets ko na ngayon. Dati kasi Lord lang yung tinatawag natin, di ba?
Dati bodyguard lang, pero ngayon EG Boy. Kasalanan mo to, Manjin. Anyway, to continue, it's still 1-0 in favor of, Leon Esports this time around. Sila ngayon na nagdidictate ng pace ng laban na to, heading into the first turtle.
Yeah, this is something that they need to do. Level 5 as compared to Vayne, 2 2 levels ahead ngayon ang Martis ni Gerard. So, I think they're in a very good position to take this turtle at mukhang si Vayne dadalaw na lang. They're gonna trade that turtle for the gold lane, which is, I guess, the best thing that they can do right now.
Pero malay mo, ilawan pa ng iba sa mga members ng NRK to. A reset is gonna happen. Nakita ni Super Duper Moy yung dalawa. CC Immunity from Nai. And there's gonna be a pushback. Kain na naman. Yum, 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 yum. Delicioso with the final slash as well. Latag na naman na iba sa mga members. Pero lalaban na naman. Even with the cult altar there, wala pa rin nagkakamatayan. Pero there you go. Selly is gonna be the one to go down first. Sama mo na si Vayne and si Nai. 2-for-1 situation. And it seems like Gerard once more. Double kill para sa kanya. At bakit kumuntes pa? Yan ang bilin nitong Leon Esports as they get the first turtle.
I like this coming out from Leon. Yung initiatives nila and at the same time yung rotation nila, iniba rin nila. No? Instead of going for the usual route na iikot muna sa mga buffs, they actually went for the blue. And feel ko ngayon, this is gonna be a repeat pattern na magagaling sa kanila kasi kailangan ng link ng blue. It's very dependent. So, Red 3, gagamitin niya for sure on the blue buff. But now, I think they're not gonna give him anything. They're gonna make Vayne starve here in this game.
Baga paghirapan mo pare kung gusto mo talaga. Nagdabog na naman itong Super Duper Moy to kontra doon sa tatlo but just to delay. Actually, hindi na naman nakuha ni Vayne yung purple objective. My goodness, Ling is having a hard time getting his food right now.
Oh man. And speaking of food, no, ang dami ring nakukuha na plating sa top side ni Echo Kuya.
Yeah.
Ito yung kinulang kanina. And with this Harit, no, kailangan din talaga niya ng espasyo ng oras para makakuha ng items. And with that being said, no, the Nathan will have that advantage.
Ayan na naman.
Detonas welcome on the bottom side. Hindi na natin makikita. I think that will be a pick-off kasi sa tower niya. Inabutan si Selly and that's gonna be another one for the side of NRK.
Baga, BTS, behind the scenes eh. Sabi, hindi nyo na kailangan makita.
Alam nyo naman yung ending.
Alam nyo naman na yung ending. Ito na yun. Ito na lang kailangan nyo makita. Kumukuha kami ng gold plating just to make sure that we're A-okay, we're safe, at nakakalamang kami kahit papano doon sa bot lane. Ako, Core, immediately going down para makakuha ng minion wave and get the extra gold. But speaking of the items, there's a Dreadnought armor already secured by the Barats. And in addition, first item, Hunter Strike. Meanwhile, doon naman sa kabila, wala pang secured na item itong si Vayne. So, it really is gonna be, crucial. Kasi 3-0-1 na si Gerard.
Yeah, 13 seconds. Actually, saving spawn time ng blue buff and the turtle. So, if prinesyo rin dito ng Leon Esports,
Pick your poison.
yung blue, di ba? Parang mapapaisip ngayon si Vayne, anong ire-retry ko? Yung blue ko or yung turtle?
Alam mo yung meme na, pipindot ka ng dalawa,
Ay,
tapos
oo.
pinagpapawisan yung, if
Kung pwede lang, no?
kung pwede lang
Kung
napindutin
pwede.
parehas. Kaso hindi pwede. Ibigay mo na lang yung isa. Pero hindi niya pa yata nakukuha yung purple buff.
Actually, weird na inuna niya yung red dito this time.
Hindi niya rin nakuha.
Wala. At saka low niya. Pwede siyang mapatay ngayon ng blue.
Oh my
Ay, naku,
goodness.
tas ayan na yung Leon.
Ayan na sila.
Papaparetry. Ayan,
Okay.
nakuha na this time.
Right
That
on
was the
time.
first one.
Right on time.
Oo, sakto lang. Just on time, pero ngayon, 5 minutes in, Hans. Medyo hindi naman ganun kalayo yung agwat dito for the side of NRK. And I think mas maganda ngayon yung side ng Leon is yung pressure na ginagawa nila sa Ling. And ito talaga yung kailangan mong gawin eh. Kasi kung naka-farm ito, katulad ng Nolan kanina, alam na natin yung resulta.
Yup, I can safely say na Leon Esports, they are awake after that game 1 loss. Pero ngayon, hihilahin si Super Duper. Lalaban na naman si Selly.
Nice.
Final slash para kay Nai. And that's gonna be a mega kill para dito kay Gerard. 5-2 kill score. Vayne getting both of the objectives. Pero si Victor naman yata mangyayari at malalagay sa alanganin. The Barats.
Ayan.
Meanwhile,
Top side oh.
top side is okay. Dahil sabi ni Carding, sige, magkagulo na kayo dyan sa baba. Basta ako, papanalo ko ng taas.
May konti tayong highlights doon and BTS na nakita na rin natin ano nangyayari. I think this
Mismo.
time naka-forward na rin dito yung Harit ni Carding. But there's a lot of pressure here kay Victor Pogi sa bottom side. Nakakuha na sila ng objectives which is something na napansin ko na hindi pa nakuha ng Leon even though they are on the lead right now.
Yup, and that is the one thing na nakapagpabalik sa NRK Cuervo dito sa laban na ito. Kaya naman ngayon, they want to try to go for the extra contention on the waves. 15 seconds bago lumabas yung susunod na turtle ng ating laban. Carding finally joining the party. Rio might do the
masakit,
same. Lalatag na naman ng Minoan's Fury kontra doon sa dalawa. Colt Altar gagamitin na rin.
Ay, sakto doon kay Easy Boy, no? Nakalag, low na lahat ng tao, but on a rampage dito ngayon si Gerard. Naghanap ngayon ng target si Vayne, has the blue buff, pero yan na yung Tempest of Blades onto the tower. Sino ang makakakuha? At saktong-sakto yung backup doon. It's gonna be NRK actually pushing that mid tower. Malaking bagay to, Hans.
Oh dear, that one clash was all they needed. Alam mo, Kim, parang hindi nga siya clash eh. Parang pinagtagpi-tagping laban lang siya kasi hindi siya yung isang buuan. And that's
Parang dalawa-dalawa lang.
Oo, parang dalawa lang, 2v2. May nangyayaring laban dito, may nangyayaring laban doon. Pero, nasa isang frame lang sila. Pero
Isang lane,
isang lane lang sila. At napaghiwalay nila yung team that the strength of this team is really on team fights. Pero hindi nila nagawa yun because of the extra mobility na una dala ni Vayne, ni Rio, to just misposition them using the Ghost Bursters and even the extra nahila na meron yung Paramis.
Ngayon, NRK, they have to use this time to actually pressure out the lane. Pero ngayon, no, hindi pa nila na-shut down. Actually, na-shut down na pala nila si Gerard ngayon. And they can actually buy that space. Ang sakit na
Aray ko, bestie.
Konti na lang dito si Echo Cutie and just like that, taken down, flicker out from the side. Pero na final slash doon. May Eternal Guard ba? Yan na si EG Boy for the backup. Nice setup from the Minoan's Fury. At ngayon, NRK going back to their own turrets. Double kill for Selly. And that was the setup that they need. Han, sabi ngayon ng Leon, kung magagawa yun ng energy, kaya rin namin dito ngayon.
Yan yung if I can do it, if you can do it, I can do it better. If not also better. Pero at this point, NRK has the better advantage in terms of the gold lead. Pero babawasan yan ng bahagya ng kupunan ng Leon Esports by getting that bottom lane turret. Now the turrets are all tied up. 700 lang ang kalamangan ng NRK.
Nako, hindi na to ganun kalaki this time, no? Isang clash pwedeng maka-change ng size dito ngayon ng ating dalawang teams. Leon, NRK, 30 seconds bago susunod na Lord. I think everybody wants to go for a pick-off here. Ito talaga yung crucial eh. Kung may na-pick-off sa isang team, pwede kayo mag-Lord. At ngayon, no, nakikita natin NRK, parang sabi nila, ito na yung teritoryo namin. Binabawalan na nila yung Leon. Pumasok doon sa side ng Lord Pit. Pero ngayon, no, medyo sandwich sila dito. Delikado to. Medyo malalim sila. Carding, nakakuha ng tower. Victor Pogi ngayon, naghanap rin ng Maderitonat welcome. Mukhang yung baka yata yung target pero hindi pa yata tapos, no. Sabi nila, ingat muna tayo kasi may Lord.
That's, alam mo kung ako sa Leon, baka it would have been better kung pinalag na nila yun, knowing that the lane was on the top side. In lamang sila in terms of extra engagement. Si Hilan, itong Super Duper Moy 2, makakarana siya ng damage. It's all okay. A 4-man setup meron dito sa kupunan ng NRK Cuervo at ang target nila ay wala iba kundi si Selly. But Selly is gonna stay okay. Does he know? Yes, he does. Naglatag na ng final slash.
Actually,
at
sayang.
tipon-tipon sila dito sa Lord.
Oo, sayang nga, no, yung final slash. Actually, I think it was just to make them back away. Alam niya, sinasabi niya na alam ko
andito
na
pa, andito. Yun yung call eh. andito.
Pero yun nga, no, ito ngayon, NRK. Ito yung maganda sa Ling. Kahit saan ka sa mapa, pwede ka lang pumasok. O sige, simulan niyo ni Lord. Kahit late na ako, okay lang yan. Basta
Okay lang
ma-retry ko lang.
Sige, kumbaga, magsaing na kayo.
Oo, mamaya pa ako.
Ako nang bahala.
Kaya ko na yan after that. Pero yun, Netherrealm, mga ultimates na invest dito ngayon. Walang mahatak ngayon si Rio. Mapapaatras, ba't ang daming folks na naganap dito? Mapapaatras ata ang NRK.
Si
pero
Vayne!
Vayne from sabi niya, okay lang, no? Diba? Nagsaing na nga sila. Pero ngayon, mukhang hindi yata yung Lord yung target. Yung target yung mga members dito ng Leon. Everybody's really low. They don't have the cold altar here. Gerard, sobrang low. Ngayon, wala na silang jugger. At mukhang itutuloy pa yata to ng NRK. Superboy doon! Nako, nakakuha pa ng final slash. It is gonna be the shutdown by Carding. Pulling a triple. Makakamaniac pa siya na flicker in. And that's gonna be the first maniac na makikita natin ngayon sa Unity League Philippines. The first ever one from Carding. Hinipe mo to kanina, Hans.
My goodness.
At ayan na nga.
A wipeout para sa kupunan ng NRK. Akala natin, Kim, tapos na yung laban.
Hindi pa.
Akala natin wala nang mangyayari. Nagulat ako. Ito yung sinabi mo na bigla-bigla na lang susulput yung Ling eh. Yung Vayne nasa
May ulam
likod.
na eh. May
ulam
ulam
na. Kumbaga,
Tapos na eh.
tumawag na si Mama. Oy, Vayne, kakain na. Eh,
It's
siya na.
time.
Una na. Nandun na siya sa purple buff. Tapos bigla-biglang umaatake. Siguro yung call niya doon. Palag.
Oh,
Sige na.
actually kasi sakto rin no si Carding. Kung hindi natin napapansin
Oo.
kanina, nakakuha siya ng napakaraming gold plating and
Yes.
at the same time nakapush rin siya ng turret. The
Yes.
reason why kung bakit nakakuha na siya ng item and well farmed up or should I say well fed at this point.
Pwede nating sabihin na kung micro ang labanan dito ng Leon, hindi magpapatalo ang NRK in terms of macro, and that is exactly where they're leading right now. 3-2 in terms of turrets. They have a significant amount of 5k gold lead na kanilang pinanghahawakan ngayon. Trying to freeze as much of the lanes as possible para sabay-sabayan papasok. The mid lane is not going to be destroyed just yet. At tatrabahuin naman ni Echo, yung Lord sa bandang itaas.
At ngayon no, hindi na naghihirap yung NRK sa pagkukuha ng blue. Kung kanina sa early game no, medyo na-earlyhan lang sila dito ng Martis at rotation ni Superboy 2. At ngayon, they have the advantage here. 11-9 ang ating score. Medyo dikit ngayon ang ating laban no. Isang siguro mga takedown sa mga damage leaders here should turn the tides around, but it's not enough no. Macro game still.
Uy,
Map control sa
Selly.
kanila. Pero si Selly, magpa-final flash yata yun. Kaso lang, ayan, masyadong mainit hands, no? Tapos na yung mga sinaing. Tingnan natin kung may round 2 ba. Pause muna tayo before we head on to the next match.
Naligaw si Selly doon. I feel like that's the reason behind the pause. You know, it was incredibly surprising to say the least na dadaigin niya sa tapang eh. Sige, wala na.
Magpa-final slash sana, kaso lang.
Wala na, rerekta na ako. Actually, hindi ko nga alam kung magpa-final slash pa siya para lang mag-check ng bush. Kasi andito na yung Grok sa taas eh. Ando na yung Grok. And then, andito yung...
Yung Arlot.
Oo, andito yung Arlot. So like, naglalakad talaga siya sa kawalan. It was a brave and bold move. Pero yun pala yung dahilan.
Pero may walis naman siya.
May walis siya kasi
naman
hindi niya kasi
siya.
nagamit eh.
Oo, wala
nagamit
muna, chill
eh.
muna daw. Kala niya walang tao. Yun
Walang
talaga
tao.
eh. Yun, wala pa palang vision sa bushes, no?
Kaya,
Yun yung mahirap.
kinakapush siya ngayon. But I feel like this time around,
Ito na yun.
eto na yun. Ayun na.
Okay, wala na ngayon yung Arnott. Superboy 2, nasa gitna lang lahat. Pwede siya mag-setup dito. May flickered in siya. Titipirin muna niya kasi nandito
Ayun na
yung
si
mga
Bing.
super minions. Uy, Echo Cute na naman. Nasa gitna ng lahat. Rio for the kill. At ngayon, low na yung mga members ng side ng Leon. Mapapaatras sila ngayon. Meron naman silang heal, pero inhibitors are going down one by one. Isa-isa nawawala dito sa side ng Leon. Kung kanina, napakatapang nila sa early game. Ngayon, naka-bounce back na yung NRK with the Harit, with even Vayne here na nakakuha na ng 236.
That is crazy. Walang nawala kahit isa sa mga members ng NRK, and I have to say, sobrang clutch ng cult altar na binibitawan nitong si Rio. Yes, may mga moments na maganda yung mga hila niya, pero mas maganda yung ligtas niya sa kampi niya eh. Kaya tuloy-tuloy sila, kaya wala silang, kumbaga, wala silang takot na dumiret-diretso if they want to. It's because of Rio at this point. Kasi maganda talaga yung pagkaalatag niya ng mga skills. He's the only person who has been unscathed in this matchup. And even si Vayne. Kumbaga natutulungan niya yung macro capabilities sa mga kampi niya. Pero once na kailangan nating i-micro, sige lumaban kayo. I have my cult altar.
Ito na yung thing sa Faramis, no? Matapang.
Real.
Yung mga members dito ng NRK and the cult altar, alam natin yan. Or Netherrealm, actually. Alam natin, this is
Oo nga,
one of the
Netherrealm
skills.
na pala siya.
Alam mo, dati ganun yun, cult altar.
Diba?
Tapos nung chinek ko, sabi ko,
Netherrealm
Netherrealm
siya.
na pala. So, from altar, naging realm.
Oh, dinala ka na sa
Oo.
ibang dimension.
Oo.
Ganon.
Walang banish dito eh. So, everybody's still gonna be in the game. Victor Pogi, eto, mukhang ngayon aside from Knights, Victor Pogi talaga yung nagpa-frontline dito for NRK. Na alam rin natin, no, apart from the fact na siya yung nag-check, kailangan rin niya ng stacks.
Exactly. That's something na requirement not only for the Barats but also for the extra person. Pero hindi naman si
Oh,
Victor. Flicker. Tapos
Ganda.
Dora doon sa may padalikuran. CC immunity para makakaligtas pa yata dito si Gerard. Nangangalahati na naman ang buhay. Tumulak na naman to si Super Duper. Pero mawawala.
Ayan
Si
yung
Gerard sa
pang-
padalikuran. Nandun na naman sila. Extra damage as well. Dalawa na wala. Actually, tatlo pala. Si Echo, si
Ay, ito na
Gerard,
naman.
and si Super Duper Moitu. Selly Gu. Gusto nila sana mabuhay pa. Pero may extra damage output. Double kill para kay Karting. Si Ako Core na lang natitira. Pero paano
Uy,
niyo
kaya ba niya?
matedepensahan to? That is gonna be the question, and the answer is no. That is gonna be be the end of this match. NRK Cuervo with a sweep.
Wow, and just what we were talking about earlier, Leon. Akala natin ngayon na possible, no, na makuha nila yung game. Ang ganda
That's
ng
right.
start nila, pero ayun, it all changed. So with the Fire Nation attack, it all changed in that mid lane clash.
Oh, tama pa rin naman. It all changed when, Vayne attack. Kasi si Vayne, siya yung nape-pressure eh. Alam ng
tama.
Ngayon Esports na siya yung magiging problema. So what did they do? Focus tayo na kunin natin yung purple objective niya. And that's exactly what they did. Pag walang purple buff si Vayne, ibig sabihin, wala tayong problemahin. Pero, umabot sa punto na nakukuha niya na yung momentum niya. And what was the reason for it? Carding. Yung 1v1 play niya against Echo Cutie,
Yeah.
I think that sealed the deal for me this game.
Yeah, actually, I think for Echo Beauty, maganda naman yung start sa kanya. Got the gold plate. She was in the lead. Nakakuha pa nga siya ng Feather of Heaven way ahead of Carding. But the fact that one turret take is really a big factor para sa side ng NRK, and just like that, naka-bounce back yung gold lead sa kanilang side.
I am very, very happy with how the games have turned out. Mabilisang turnaround yon para sa side ng NRK Cuervo. GGWP pa rin sa Leon Esports for showing us what they can do. But Kim, any final words regarding this match? I feel like sobrang dami pa nating makikitang ganito.
Well, actually, I just want to say, they definitely lived up to it, right?
Yep.
Like the first Maniac, hindi natin, even me, ang tagal ko nakakuha ng Maniac. And for you guys,
Oo nga,
right?
no?
Unity League Philippines, that was the first Maniac that you've ever seen care of Carding, and that will go down in the history books na yun yung kaunang-unang Maniac that we'll see here at the Unity League. But at the same time, no, final thoughts rin, just to wrap this series up, no, we can just see yung respect din from the start and even up until the end of the game.
Yep. And that is going to be the first of many. Just the first matchup na nakita natin. In behalf of Kimberly Mas, my name is Hans Galeria. Maraming salamat po. And see you on the next episode of Unity League Philippines. Bye ulit.